Welcome back to another episode of the Amazon Private Label Show podcast, hosted, as always, by the Amazon FBA University founders. My man here in Austin.
Live and direct, baby.
Absolutely. Ryan and myself, Michael. On today's episode, we're going to talk about really like the end goal of your business. We do a lot of content, a lot of explaining more in the beginner stage, just to understand kind of how to put the pieces together, how to get the momentum, how to get the plane off the ground, right? But when you are running a business, you do want to at least know kind of goals. You want to be able to point the compass in the right direction. So that's the goal of here, saying, okay, you're up, you're running a business. What's next, and how do you manage it in an efficient way so it's not pulling on your time, but you really are in control? So you're running a couple brands, my man. When you're in a stage just of a product and overall with a brand with many products in your catalog, kind of what are you thinking about? Not necessarily today, because today you're managing the inventory, you're managing PPC, everyone's got to do that. What are you looking to do? Kind of what's the next phase? What's the goal of the business?
So right now, the goal is to keep me out of the 9 to 5 and keep me making money, right? Keep me cash flowing, which is cool. But definitely further on down the line, I want to be in a position where I have the option to sell my business if I want to for a 7, potentially 8-figure exit. More realistically, to be a 7-figure exit, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. But, right now for me, the main thing is to just keep it cash flowing, keep it sustaining itself and keep it growing, keep my ranking up, keep my profit margins high and just keep that money circulating. But definitely further on down the line, I am looking at potentially putting my business up for sale and actually getting a decent multiple for my business based on the net profit that I'm making month in, month out. Now, there's a couple of things you need to do to set yourself up for that and to make yourself as viable as you can to aggregators and to people that buy businesses. Number one would be strong branding. So I want to make sure my branding is strong throughout my product line. So even if I'm launching a product which isn't directly related to another product in my market, my branding shines through so that people know that it's part of that collective. And then the other thing really is your numbers, right? So I'm a big fan of keeping my numbers tight, knowing my numbers to the nearest cent if I can, but if not to the nearest dollar or pound, depending on the marketplace I'm selling in. So you really want to know your numbers, you really want to know your business inside out and really have that strong branding. For now, cash flow is king, but definitely 3 to 5 years down the line, with all the products I'm launching and the different marketplaces I'm entering, I do want to be in a position where, I want to be able to sell my business and it's viable for me to get a decent multiplier that will then allow me to exit and potentially pursue another, fun hobby of mine.
Yeah. And just to kind of wrap that, the end goal of any successful Amazon business, any business really, is either to continue making the profits month over month or sell it. You don't want to be setting something up with the intention that you're just going to kind of abandon it one day, right? Yeah. So if I'm either going to be setting this up in the most profitable way or sell it, those two work together. And so all that to say, it's not a smooth linear incline to where people sell it. And I've talked to people who've sold Amazon businesses and their business, they feel just like we feel about ours, which is a lot of things are working, but it's kind of chaos, right? Yeah. Because that's the beauty of being able to pretty much run a 6-7 figure business completely on your own, is that it's not, you wouldn't be able to go through a Big Four accounting audit, right? Because you're just not going to waste all this time on admin stuff. And so what you do want to keep in mind and what helps is that launching a product doesn't mean you have to keep selling that product. So what's typical in Amazon businesses, this is if you're doing everything right, is that it's kind of like the reverse 80-20. Somewhere between about 70 to 80% of your products you'll want to keep, and then 20 to 30%, whether it be the keyword search volume in that market just isn't what it was when you launched, or it just never really turned out to what you thought, you want to kill those. And you want to kill them sooner than later, because the more time you spend on that is time you could be spending growing your business, finding new products, scaling the winners. And then 2, you're also spending money on that, right? And you're probably, if it's a product you would even consider killing, you're probably not making the same margins on products that are killing. So you want to be quick to break up with products as well. And one thing you want to keep in mind is, if let's say it's like right now, it's early November. If you have a product in your catalog through really the end of September, you want to do everything you can to keep it in stock, even if that means another reorder for Q4, and then just not reorder in Q1 when demand is back to a normal amount. So that helps really just a lot of sellers who think everything they ever launched is needs to be in their catalog forever, right? It's you should know that not everything's going to work, and so you are not married to each product you launch. And if you are launching 3, 4, 5 products a year, which is a good cadence, you're probably killing 1 or 2 as well. And so that way, like my first brand, now it's up to 15-ish active products, but I've probably launched 20 to 22. And so 15 stay in, 5 or so have been killed. And that's just the name of the game. And then these multiples, why you want to have organization more than just, pen and pad, is because one day when you do go to sell the business, you are going to need 2 years worth of accounting records, and your business is going to have to be able to be passed off to people who are not you, who can maintain and grow the business. So you got to think of all of the automations. The best way to do that is just pick great products that are differentiated. Differentiation is huge, because if you're selling the same thing as 40 other people, the value, even though you might be profiting a lot, the value to a buyer is not the same, because there's so many ways they could get undercut. You really want to build a moat around. So with all that to say, these businesses, there's going to be another wave in the Amazon purchasing stage. Like right now, Amazon businesses are still going, they're still sold every single day. But back in 2020, 2021, billions of dollars in private equity money were deployed in the Amazon space. So at that point, businesses were going for ridiculous valuations, like 50 to 70 times monthly profits or 5 to 6 times yearly profits. And so you're not going to get that today, but it will increase. And just know, if you're making $100K in yearly profit, you can typically sell that business for anywhere between about $400 and $800K. And so if you can get to that, and just breaking down $100K yearly profit, it's less than $10K per month. So if you can get to that $10K per month profit, you have a multi 6-figure asset, if not 7, if you can get above that. And so that's my end goal. That really, I would recommend have that be your end goal, because you're going to create things a lot cleaner, a lot more organized. If you have the idea someone might take this over one day, and then hopefully you get that payday. And then what I'll do, if and when I sell, is just dump that into another one, create better, create with more marketing, more capital, more knowledge, and kind of just keep running this until anything changes.
100%. Why would you want to stop a good thing, right? So guys, that's how to exit an Amazon brand. And really that, like Mike said, is the end goal of any really real true Amazon seller. They want to exit. And, you sign an NDA with these aggregators and you go start again in another category with another product. You might want to, start going viral on social media. You might want to work with influencers. You might want to build something on Shopify off the Amazon platform as well. So there's so many different things you can do. You might want to dump it all into crypto. There's so many different avenues you can take once you have, that seed fund, that exit money. So guys, if you want to start your Amazon FBA private label business and you like what we're talking about, we run the Accelerator 2.0 program, which is our flagship mentorship program, where we will coach you for an entire year with unlimited calls, and we'll pick your very first product for you, give you 3 selections where you will pick the one which you take to the most. Now, if you're interested and you want to get involved in that, click the link in the description and book a call with us. We'd love to speak with as many of you as possible. And as always, we'll see you on the next episode. Bye for now.